Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving a show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass of your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints you rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
We have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets. This will be fielded at the 8. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go, boys.
38-yard line.
Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go.
Throwing to start the drive. Fisher, a screen to Bell. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Here we go.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Ready, ready. 10-2, sir. 54. Mike, 54. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Slam, slam. Shit.
Gone.
Shit.
Hit it.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. He sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5.
Here we go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
58
From the gun, Fisher. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's the Jets punter now. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
20-yard line.
Set. 30 base. Pilot, 64, weak.
Kill.
Shoot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Come on, set.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's see what you got. Shift. Switch.
Ready.
Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And 12 yards to go.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Get ready. Mike 35, Mike.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Fisher.
I smell fear.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Get it.
2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Leonard Williams, his 2nd sack of the night. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Here we go, D. Hey, just
Now.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
nothing.
At the 23-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Zoo.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Watch the back and watch the back.
2nd and 11. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Bilal Nichols able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey!
3 down.
Shoot!
From the gun, Fisher. And an alley to run. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Got it. Set up. 18 Gator.
Watch the pass. Watch the safety creep. Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge.
5.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fisher. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
First and goal.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. Yeah, that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton.
6. Touchdown, baby.
Trey Burton, his third touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another first and 10. Operating from the gun, Fisher. It's complete, Stills. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
On the pickup. Second and 6. At the 42-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Second and 6. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
65.
Now.
From the gun, Fisher. And this will be incomplete. Physical. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ready.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch that end.
Hey, Delta.
Tight end's right. Even. 4 down. Even. Mike 35. Mike 35.
To throw again, Fisher. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third and 10.
Don't let him breathe.
Operating from the gun, Fisher. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
at the 25-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
Hey, Sam on.
Check 37. Check 30.
Hey, exit.
Check. Check.
2nd and 4. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Hey, 58 is a mic. Going 58.
Ready.
From the gun, Fisher. That's Stills bringing it in. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 8-yard line.
Ready.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, watch this.
Yo, go.
54. Mike, 50.
Let's go.
2nd and 2. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Chris Herndon. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
On the ready.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Tight right. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Fisher. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
At the 13-yard line.
Okay,
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check 50. Check 50.
Watch safety creep. Creeping. Safety's creeping.
Bang.
General West.
Bang. Kill.
2nd and 13.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Check 99.
49. Check 49.
Get it.
From the gun, Fisher. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 13 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Hit it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
15 line.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Sponge. No.
Now.
2nd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
3rd and long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This one into the hands of Burton. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
58 to the bike.
2nd and 1.
Let's pick it up. It's outside.
Flushed out right.
Let's get off the field.
And now he's going to use his legs. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Watch the whip. Deuce.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They're going to look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They come out here in the eye. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go! Get it!
Throwing again. Fisher. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7.
21, Jets 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45. Operating from the gun, Fisher. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Lamb. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Let's go. 50, plant.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Throwing on first down. Fisher. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Stills the intended target. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to.
And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Let's go
The
now.
New York offense
70,
taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
On the
The
set.
Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards into Chicago first down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Go.
What you got, Heavy?
Back to throw here. Got a man. That's Quinn. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Showing up.
Looking to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And the Bears first down.
Ready.
58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike. All day, punt.
Get it.
He'll drop to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Here we go.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
I don't even know why this team.
Hey, Haywood.
It's the Mike. Going 58's the Mike.
Hit it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now back to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. Fisher. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. Hey, Foxtrot.
You pop.
Hey, watch Sam.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Let's go.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And throwing going to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
He'll look to throw. He finds Robinson and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
Ready?
This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. They'll set up to throw. Robinson's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Bears push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Makes the score Bears 31, Jets 9.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
31-yard line.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Here we go. 50, plant, 6'6", bullet high. Hit it.
On first down, Bell. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be found.
Tight end right, tight end right.
3 down.
Now.
To throw on 2nd down, Fisher. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to haul that one in.
Ready, ready.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
For this, they still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
35's the mic.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
From the gun, Fisher. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Switch. Pilot, 64, weak, 5.
Again, it's Cohen. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike. Oh, yeah.
Deep river.
He'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 61 yards.
First down, Bears.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Ready.
First down, a run with Cohen. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
At the Jets' 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
It's the mic. 58's the mic.
Fair.
Twist.
They try again with Cohen. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw.
Come get some. Come on.
And that will be incomplete.
He don't want it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, In your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Back to throw. Fisher. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Jets on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 35.
Operating from the gun. Fisher. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, rock it. Now.
On 4th down, Fisher. And it's caught by Herndon. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Hey, Charlie.
35's the man.
Hey.
Watch the curls.
Shoot.
From the gun, Fisher. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And that's complete to Jeffrey. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Lee Gripper.
Operating from the gun, Fisher. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Alshon Jeffrey scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Gold with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Down. 70. Indy.
Time to go. Night. Watch that. He's checking.
Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen.
Run to the ball.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll look to throw here. And the catch is made by Riley Ridley. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Let's go.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run, as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
The Bears on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on,
and with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Ready.
35. Bring it.
Topper. Hey, seam 6.
35.
Shoot.
To throw on 3rd down, Fisher. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Man
Five.
On 4th down, Fisher. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Fisher. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Ready.
To throw again, Fisher. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
91.
Watch the run.
Let's go.
Off play action. Fisher. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he's going to go down again. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Ready.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Bears, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Mississippi and New Orleans. Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll it when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. Come on. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal when I put my foot on.